how did Leopold recruit you guys? Or Leopold, how would you go about looking for people to crew your ship?
Well, what planet are we on, number one? Like,
I figured you guys would start out on the world that produced your ship. So you guys are going to be one moment. Ah, Loloxy. That is the name of the planet. Loloxy.
It is in the system of Nanda. It's hex 501 on the map on the screen. Not quite.
Lolaksi.
Well, maybe we should introduce our characters, and then that will give Leopold some ideas as to how he recruited us.
All right, then that sounds good. Solera sisters, why don't you start off? Alphabetically, go ahead. Tossed into the fire, and they seize up.
yeah,
Sorry,
I'd
I
probably
didn't
do
hear
like a job application-y type thing, like looking for crew, like fill out this application, and then if I thought they're good enough, do like face-to-face interview meetings.
You have culture spacer, right?
Me, yeah, and I also got traveler culture, I believe.
Okay, so then there's probably like spacer bars on every planet where like people who tend to live in space stop off when they're on world. And I imagine like job boards and stuff up there, up in those places.
Yeah, kind of put stuff up, just kind of wait and see what happens.
So that's how your character would look for a crew. You just put up a posting at a spacer bar
Yeah, like
and job
contact
board.
info, like first, like I don't know, have like some way. I don't know if there's like a way to submit things like electronically or whatnot before I do like face-to-face interviews, so I don't get like cornered by some crazy people.
Yeah, completely. There'd be like a website for spacers on each planet, like with classifieds and stuff.
Yeah.
There'd be like a crew section for people looking for crew, and like a job section for people to put up jobs that they want to hire ships for and stuff.
All right, so what is this planet like exactly? Because I mean, you just said it was a planet that had a ship.
Okay, so this planet it has an inert atmosphere. That means the gases don't react with anything, so it's unbreathable. So like all the buildings would be like airlocked or underground.
But it's like got like a rocky surface, so it's not like a gas giant or anything.
That's the funny thing about the planet. It's sort of got like a temperate to warm surface, and it's got a biosphere that's partially compatible. That's compatible with human life. So like you could eat the stuff there. It might not taste very good, but it would give nutrients if it wasn't poisonous. And millions of people live here. This is, you know, a pretty populated planet. And it's your basic run of the mill tech level 4 standard, normal planet as far as technology goes.
That's fun.
Also, while every planet pretty much for the most part speaks English, some planets also have a cultural language, which some of them will speak most of the time, and maybe even some inhabitants only speak that language because they don't really deal with off-world stuff at all, so they don't care about English. But for this planet, that would be Russian.
Oh, sweet. Sorry, I'm excited. I'll say probably just put the job posting in English though, because I don't want to deal with multilingual cross translation nonsense with my crew.
Yeah, you're a spacer, so you want to put things out in English so that that's the trade language. Everyone knows English. If you're gonna get a crew, you're gonna get the most applicants with English.
And then they can also all communicate with each other. Barry, stop scaring Eagle.
So, like, what would the posting say?
Let's see. Probably say something like, seeking crew members for small starship. Prior experience in archaeology, science, or security are preferred. Um, let's see. I don't know if I'd say anything else. Probably something. Pay dependent on jobs successfully completed. Split evenly with crew members. So please submit resume and I probably also mentioned that like planning to go off world.
Well, that's generally considered a given, especially for a job on a ship in a spacer
Yeah, just
bar.
mention it. But I mean, it could. I mean, like out of system too, because like some people just like ferry things within the system.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're looking to hire a permanent crew, and typically ships take whatever jobs they can manage to get. Typically, a dedicated job would be mentioned straight up and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you guys think your characters would respond to that want ad?
I feel like we would probably answer it first. So, I would go, probably first I would go alone to Leopold, and I'd introduce myself as Gemini Solera. Most people call me Gemma. Um, I'm wearing like close-fitted black clothing, and I have red curly hair that I usually leave down. Probably cleaner than most people you're used to. I definitely take care of myself. But I introduced myself as capable psionic. In particular, I have biopsionic powers, which means I can make it more easily able to tend wounds. I also have a background in history and computers. And once I kind of got to talking to him, I'd also introduce, I'd tell him I have a sister who has varied skills of her own, and that we're interested in joining a ship for some extra credits as we're kind of low at the moment.
So, what does your sister do exactly?
At this point, I would introduce Eagle.
Am I there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I imagine you both showed up to like. I imagine like Tyler. Would you bring them to like the ship to interview them, or the spacer bar?
I probably just leave it at the spacer bar in case they're like trying to steal my ship.
Yeah, so you're.
I imagine I introduce myself first and get a feel for him, and once I feel like this could be equitable, I then bring in my sister, who is somewhere else in the bar hiding.
So you're like in. So like he's sitting in the corner of a dingy spacer bar or something, and you guys show up and start talking.
Yeah.
So yes, Eagle, your character is there.
Hint, hint, introduce yourself.
So I take it Vera is just standing there silently doing nothing, staring at Leopold. Yep.
Hey, you alright?
Hi.
I kind of elbow her to get her to start talking.
I'm Farah. What do you need to know?
Basically, what your skill sets are. So kind of piece together a crew that is semi well rounded.
Okay, out of character. I'm not sure how to sum this up.
You've got weapons training and primitive and projectile weapons. You got survival skills. Um, you can grab vehicles, and you can do you can deal with post tech. So you're like a mechanic too.
Well, very useful. Anyway, I'm Leopold, obviously. I'm more of an archaeologist type, historian, but I've been in space a lot, hence my ship. So I'm going to be hanging around for a few more days to see who all wants to apply for this, but I'll be in contact with you to let you know. But thanks for coming in. I appreciate the time you took. And yeah, you'll probably be hearing from me within the next few days.
That sounds lovely. We'll be in great anticipation of it.
Yeah, and Farah would have perked up a bit at mention of history and travel, but stayed quiet.
Alright, so it's just John left then?
Is it my turn?
Yep.
GMs, are you busy doing something, or are you waiting for me?
Waiting for you.
Yep.
A queue would be nice.
Well, how do you show up?
Okay. Well, that's see what he posted a help wanted flyer somewhere.
Yeah, like on a website for spacers.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I know where to find him? Does it have his name or a meeting time and place or something?
It has contact info for initial contact, and then basically after you reach out electronically, I tell you to meet me in like a spacer bar, basically.
Okay. Okay. I walk into the bar and I yell for everybody's attention to stop what they're doing and pay attention to me. And I say, my name is Toribio Lozoya Jimenez. I'm here for the job on the spaceship. Which one of you is hiring me?
Roll a persuade skill check.
Do what now?
Roll a persuade skill check.
I don't know where that is. Okay. Attribute? Charisma, I
Down in
guess?
skills.
Yeah, that would be charisma.
Yeah.
It says assisted question mark?
Nope, not assisted.
So we'll leave it 0.
It's assisted by his
Yep.
gun.
Actually, you would have a +1.
Well, that would
Yeah, that
be
would-
counted in automatically.
Yeah, there it goes.
Okay, so like a couple of people around the room turn their heads in your direction, and they go back to what they were doing.
And you see in the corner, a man who's looks to be maybe 30-ish, dressed in brown and maroon, kind of traveler's clothes, kind of just staring at you like to come over.
Is it typical to tell other players what they see?
Well, I mean, as far as he's telling you what his character looks like.
Yeah, since
So you're telling me what you're doing.
telling me what you're like, what I'm doing / like what you see when you look at when you look around.
Okay, what is there about you that makes me think you might be the guy? Is there a photo of you on this job application that I've got?
I mean, probably would.
What I'm getting at is, how do I know you're the guy?
You do know my name. Like, that is the thing.
Oh, see, I asked that and you didn't.
Sorry.
You just said I had
My
contact
bad.
information.
Yeah.
See, I would have just come in and asked for your name.
Well,
Okay.
I still would have responded the same way. Like, come on.
By saying nothing?
I mean, it's a large place and a lot of people are talking, so kind of just motion you over.
Okay, so you motion me over. Okay, I come over. What are you sitting at a table?
Yeah.
Okay, I come over and stand to the table across from you, and I lay a piece of. Does paper exist in this
Oh, yeah.
world?
Paper
Paper
definitely
exists.
exists.
Okay, I lay this printed out piece of paper with the job application on the table in front of him, and I say, "I'm here about the job."
Oh, sorry. Your name again?
My name's Toribio Lozoya Jimenez.
All right. I speak Spanish.
Yes, I do.
Nice to find another person who speaks the language. Why don't you take a seat?
I sit down.
So,
Wait a minute. Are we in a booth or at a table out in the middle, or what are we?
kind of like a booth in the corner.
Okay, I sit with my back to the wall because I'm suspicious and mysterious.
So, well, first let me tell you about myself a little bit. I was born on Theodorakis, but I'm from more Clarities. My parents were researchers. Anyway, kind of an archaeologist type. I've spent a lot of time in space, and I'm putting together a crew to kind of find jobs, make a living, because research kind of got boring to me. But what are you looking for work, and why do you think you'd be a good crew member?
I'm good at killing people.
Any details?
My history is that of a mercenary. I was born on Velasco in the. Let me consult my notes. Zainab? Is that how you say that word?
Yeah,
The
Zainab.
Zainab system.
Yeah.
Okay, you just both pronounced it two different ways. Which is it?
Or I might have made a mistake. Like, listen to him. I'm not looking at it right now.
Zainab.
Okay, I'm from the world Velasco in the Zainab system. I was trained as a mercenary. I've fought for many years in the various armies and factions on that planet.
So you're out here just trying to get away from it, or just doing something different?
I'm trying to make money to buy my own army to create my own faction and conquer my world.
Oh, okay. Oh, glad you're upfront about that. Are you normally as forward as you just were when you tried to grab everyone's attention?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes situations on my crew might require more subtlety than that. And being boisterous sometimes can be advantageous as well, I'm sure. But just need to be sure that, well, you can reel it in sometimes.
I am in control of myself.
All right. Well, I'm still finishing up some interviews, so I will let you know in a couple of days. I think you're a fit for the crew, but definitely within like 2 days. I'll get back to you.
I have some questions for you.
All right, go for it.
Do you actually have a job?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if you were giving me the job or somebody else the job.
I'd like
can I
to
have,
know more about it.
Yeah, can I have details on that, Bazak? Sorry, they haven't given me any details on that yet, John.
Okay.
What's
Barry,
my
you
pay?
know the details. Why don't you fill them in?
I do?
What?
Where was it? The Word document you sent me?
No, I didn't send you the details. We talked about them.
Alright. Give me a minute to access my memory files. .exe not found.
One moment.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Theodorakis. I spelled that wrong, but yeah.
Okay. Your job is from Director Gustav of the Clarides Academy. You have a job to transport a sensitive item off of Theodorakis. So you've got to get from this planet, which is forgot the name of the planet now.
Laloxi.
Yeah, Laloxi to Theodorakis.
Yeah, I don't think you guys ever told me which system that was in, actually.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
You
yeah,
asked where we were
all
starting.
in the Nada system.
Oh, it's in the Nada system also?
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that.
Well, no. The planet is Theodorakis is down in. Let me move this window real quick. It's down in the Poyo system.
Yeah, so you have to go from 501 to 607.
That's rather a good ways away, isn't it?
Yep, about 6 X's.
Oh, great. Oh, joy. I'm assuming we're delivering it to Clarides.
They have a courier ship in Poyo that you can drop it off at around another planet in the system, one that's not inhabited at all.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so basically the job I've got is simple moving sensitive cargo, basically, off of Planet 4. Well, actually, my homeworld's science division. And the payout's pretty good, and we're gonna talk about this later, but basically, the way pay is gonna work is it's gonna be all split evenly. First, we're gonna get supplies off the top to keep us going, and then we still got some loan stuff to pay off for the ship. I just recently acquired it. We'll take the monthly payout from, like, we're going to make some monthly payments off of that, and then everything else that we make is split evenly among the crew members. And we're looking at about myself and probably 3 other crew members. So the payout should be pretty good for each person.
How much? Are you ignoring me?
No, I'm trying to figure out. The GM's never told me how much the loan payment stuff was going to be, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, oops, I forgot about that.
It's important information.
I'm not from this planet. I don't know. Is it typical for a person to accept employment without knowing how much they're going to be paid?
No, I'm gonna get there.
Doing maths.
Yeah.
Well, also, you're hiring him on as permanent crew, so, working out how much you're going to pay him per jobs or whether you're just going to give him a salary or a wage, that's probably the line along the lines you should be thinking of.
Yeah, but salary is kind of tricky because then what happens if we hit like a dry spell and we don't actually have it?
Well, then splitting as far as jobs go is a good way
Then
to
you
go.
drop me off at the next port because I'm out.
Sorry, hold on. We're figuring out details here.
Was I not supposed to ask any questions? Was I just supposed to say, okay, let's go?
No, I just didn't have the information that I needed to be able to answer the question. But I was also curious about this, so it's a good idea.
Out
Just
of
the,
character information failure.
it is
Sorry.
just the side effects of having to rush things a little bit.
Yep. That's what
Well,
I
that-
was
that-
about to say.
well- That's my point. I mean, so we can get something done. Should I just shut up for now?
I mean, we can just go back and re-role play it if you want.
Reroll play what?
He means retcon, like move on, and then the next session when they have things nailed down, we'll just say this is the stuff you discussed during that. That's what he means. But I mean, these are good questions to ask. These are all things that need to be nailed down eventually.
Mm-hmm. Might as well nail it down now before I could tell you all something wrong.
Exactly.
Like, we're all going to be making $2 million every 3 minutes.
Oh, thanks. That's so awesome.
That
But
would
you
be
could tell us
acceptable.
that. Maybe we said your character isn't a liar, so yeah, gee, with that rate, John would already be funding his army.
Who needs a crew? Just like get a bunch of like robots. It won't work.
Well, I did have a human crew, but they were expensive, so I bought robots instead.
The robots are more reliable.
Yeah, that's my character's motivation is he's a patriot that cares a great deal about his own world, but could care less about the rest of the galaxy. You're all just out here so I can make money from you and go take over my planet and stop all the horrible factious fighting that's been killing people for centuries.
The company you've got the loan from isn't the company, or isn't the Clarion Academy. It's different.
Oh, I know that. Oh, I see. I see the thing from Barry now.
Yeah, the only thing is those numbers are without interest. So with interest, it'll kind of drag it out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Well, it is also, or we are talking about a ship here, a
Yeah, I know.
space ship.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Are we banking in an RPG?
Yeah, yes, we are.
Is that
Blame
fun?
the GM. Blame the GM. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
so
It's actually just a resource management to deal with. Not quite banking, but
Because we rushed it, we were.
You said interest rates.
yes. I'm also being generous and not doing interest rates right now. So
There are no interest rates on this planet. Well, I'm just kidding. That wouldn't make any sense for a bank anyway.
This particular bank
You
might
can roll
charge.
Culture Spacer and see how much you know about this corporation.
You could. But they have a good feeling about you. We're not gonna. They're not gonna charge you interest right now.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay. Wait.
What? Are we taking a break?
No. Wait. So how much does like fuel and life support things just like generally cost, like estimation wise?
Life support costs about 20 credits per day. You have per day of life support usage, so you can have about 28 days of life support in your ship at the moment without any upgrades.
And fuel.
Fuel is about 200 credits per hex of travel. Well, it's per jump, but your ship can only jump 1 hex at a time with its current spike drive.
Yeah. Okay, so that'd be like.
And as far as powers go, as power for the ship goes, you don't have to worry about power. The fuel is just for the spike drive.
Maybe while we wait, the rest of us should describe what we look like.
All right, now
So far, so
now I
good.
figured it out.
Okay.
All right, so well, this first job I've got is not a highly lucrative one, but it'll be about 6,000 credits for each of us, and then if we are more efficient than that, then that in our travel costs, then we'll make more money, obviously. But this is a first job, and like pays depending on what jobs we get. We're gonna be looking for a bunch of them. So I'm looking for full-time crew, basically. So if you're in it for just one time, then this isn't the position for you. If you want a full-time crew position to make, hopefully, lots of money with the rest of us, then that's what we're looking for.
I'd be willing to take a permanent position for a time.
Yeah, obviously, if you feel you have needs elsewhere, then that's what you'll do. But yeah, so that's about how much we'll be looking from this first job, and it shouldn't take overly long. But
What's the cargo?
GMs, what do I know specifics on the cargo?
No questions asked. You're not supposed to really look at it. You're to get there, pick it up.
Okay, so someone is giving it to me. I don't have to go find it.
It's at a drop location. This isn't exactly entirely above the board as far as the authorities on the planet
Yeah, I
are
figured that.
concerned.
Seeing as my history kind of. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh dear, that's gonna be fun. Anyway.
What?
They've got some.
What?
They've got some fake credentials for you.
Okay,
but,
good. Because otherwise that'd go poorly.
Why am I suddenly nervous?
Just don't worry
Wonder.
about it, okay?
You know
There's
what? I
only-
really don't like knowing things and then having to role play as if I don't know them.
Yeah, so I won't tell you. All right. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at, and yeah, I'll be contacting you within the next couple of days. Thanks. Any other questions? Or are you good?
That'll be fine for now.
All right. So interview other people who probably are all crazier. Potentially. GM, go interview crazy people.
Do you want to interview crazy people?
No,
I
not
got
Vlad.
crazy.
I don't want to interview Vlad.
So Vlad shows up.
So I get up from the booth and I pick up my paper and I stalk out of the bar.
Okay, so I imagine you all meet up on his ship a couple days later.
Yeah, I'll give them the dock where in the spaceport the docking number, I guess.
What's the name of the ship?
Oh, that's what
And
we
here
decided
we
the
go. We
crew.
haven't start. I was waiting on that.
Yeah, that's
Everyone, present your list of names, and uh, Captain probably gets to pick.
Nope, we're doing it as a democratic process.
Okay, and we'll just say that his character picked that name.
Nope. I'm actually.
Oh, you're actually letting.
I'm actually in character, legitimately letting the crew name.
Like you haven't filled out the registration for the ship yet. It's actually an unregistered ship at the moment still.
Yeah, I mean, I just got it, so yeah.
So in other words, there's a little dude with glasses sitting there waiting for you to hand over the paperwork for.
Well, I mean, or I
Your
could have
ship.
filled out paperwork with like a filler name,
Yeah. Okay. So
and then
and
like
then
filed
change the name
and then
later.
filed paperwork to change the name associated with the registration.
So as everyone's moving on their stuff onto the ship into their quarters, you're asking them for ideas for ship names.
Well, I was gonna kind of like gather all of them together and like, have them introduce themselves to each other.
Okay, that works. Let's fast forward to that. You've all picked out your rooms and you've gotten it, all your stuff settled in, and Leopold has brought you to like the mess hall around a table.
So if I picked up like supplies before this,
Yeah, life support counts as like water and food as well. Like all the stuff you need to stay alive while you're in space.
oh, that's like dirt cheap.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
mean it's not the best food ever, but it'll
But
keep
it's
you
dirt
alive.
cheap. That's the important
Yeah.
thing.
Now you guys get more money, you start want to, stock nicer supplies and stuff for roleplay purposes. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna divide that up like when they get on the ship. So that would be how much would life support cost? That'd be and fuel. I don't know if it came fueled when I bought
You're
it.
entirely fueled up
Okay,
right at
so
the get go.
and life support stocked, or did I
Yeah.
have to go out and get that?
Saying you've got full 28 days of life support, full
Okay,
fuel.
so
Barry, please look up
then
the rules for fuel because I
then-
still
Okay.
haven't been able to find them.
So then the upfront money was like so the upfront money was just like,
Because it's going to cost more fuel than your ship can hold to get
well,
all
yeah,
the way there.
to get all the way there, but like, yeah. But how much is it actually gonna cost? So I can like,
It costs 200 per hex of fuel, so your ship can hold a couple of hexes worth of fuel on it at once to make a couple of jumps,
so when
and
I
then it has
jump
to refuel.
to like what counts as one hex? Like going to 502.
Going from 501 to 502 counts as one jump for your
Okay,
ship
so
because
is there a way to get refuel there?
yeah, like every system has an exchange station at the edge of the system, which is like the exchange is like this banking organization, and they handle all monetary transactions, and there's a unified currency through them.
Okay, so there's like
Yeah,
there's like a space station in each of the hexes.
yeah. There's like a space station at the edge of the solar system somewhere where ships will stop off to refuel and stuff.
Okay, so we'll get refueled through the empty space still. So going through 502, we're not gonna like run out of fuel since we can only go one hex at a time.
Nope, you won't run out there.
Okay, that's just what I was making sure. So that would be 200 per. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The main question we have to find out is how much fuel does your ship come with?
That's a good point.
So we can work out the math of that like next session real quick in the beginning. Once we figured it out, we'll just say, we'll just subtract it from that.
No, but I mean, I was gonna give people the upfront stuff to get supplies that they wanted for the trek, so that they can get more stuff, basically, that they think they'll need.
I don't think it'll cost you more than 600 worth of credits. And let's see, you've got 4 people on, so that's 4 days of life support per jump. I mean, I wouldn't give them more than half, and just in case, because I mean, you have 28 person days of life support. That's time each day times 4.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because each one of you takes up 1 person day per day.
Yeah, okay, never mind. That's a bad idea. We're not going to do that. Save it in case we need it. It's better. Never mind.
Actually, I'm going to bump it up and say you have 30 days of life support. Just to make it even. And nice.
But that doesn't for 4 people.
Oh yeah, I know.
28
I'm just
is
saying,
more
I'm
even
changing
for...
that house
Okay.
rule.
Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're just all gathered to name the ship and introduce ourselves. Well, I mean, you've all met me, but you haven't
Also,
met each other.
in your character sheet, Kylar, if you look at the top and hit the other little radio button, that's the ship's stats. There's a ship character sheet there, basically.
Yep.
I haven't filled it out for everyone, but since you're the owner of the ship, you're the only one that really matters.
So how much does it have to, how often does it have to get maintenance? Sorry. We can talk about that
Once
later. Never mind, not important.
No worries. Yep, we can deal with that later.
Okay,
Alright,
so
so-
we're all chilling out, introducing each other.
That's Gemini's list of names. And she introduced herself to John's character and says, I'm Gemini Solera. I'm a psionic. This is my sister, Vara. She doesn't talk much. I usually do the talking. But I'm mostly good at computers. I know a lot about backgrounds and sort of history, and I'm also pretty good at talking myself out of situations.
What time is it?
Time of day, like in character, in universe.
Yeah.
Like morning-ish, like 10 a.m.
It's morning.
Yeah.
What did you say your name is? Gemma?
Gemini, but most people just call me Gemma. It's easier.
Okay. Good morning, Gemma. My name is Toribio Lozoya Jimenez. You can call me Toribio. Why doesn't your sister speak?
I would say shy, but I think it's more just she doesn't want to. I mean, she can talk. She just prefers to let me do it.
What is her job?
I kind of look at my sister, kind of pointedly, like, join in.
I also look at her.
Stop it. If you're going to be a part of this, they're going to need to know what you can do.
Okay, I don't know how to describe this in character. How do I sum it
Describe
up
out
in
of
character?
What skills do you have?
You don't have to do it in character. You can just describe what you're saying and doing.
Like you have survival skills and athletics, and you're pretty athletic, and you know how to fix machines and stuff. I mean, that's a pretty good way to describe it right there.
Navigation.
You're a mechanic.
You've got training with primitive and projectile weapons.
I'm a mercenary. The captain of the ship has hired me for combat.
Vera, are you holding your weapon?
Probably in a holster,
Well, probably slung at your back
sort
or something.
something like that. Whatever is appropriate. It's not in my
Yeah,
hand.
so if you ever got a chance to get a glimpse at her back, you probably see this huge spike thrower on her back.
I also carry a rifle on mine. I just say, she's more of a mechanic type person. Neither of us are really fighters. Certainly can fight if the situation calls for it, but we prefer to kind of use a more diplomatic approach to things.
Yeah, so we got a mix. We got some science, some history, some diplomacy, and some muscle.
Well, now that we've introduced ourselves, on to matters at hand. So you haven't exactly named the ship yet? You're wanting suggestions?
Yeah, I thought,
This is a new
yeah,
one.
you know, I just got it, and quite honestly, I couldn't think of anything worthy to name it, so I thought I'd wait and save it for the crew to decide. Because we're all going to be on the ship for a long time, so might as well try and make everyone feel part of it.
Sure. I've never named a ship before. Maybe Destiny? Ooh, or Dark Phoenix. Just go down the list.
Anyone? Anyone else have any ideas? Anyone? Ideas? No?
I humbly suggest San Antonio de Bejar. It is the name of a mission established by my ancestors in our ancestral homeland on Earth to bring the gospel of our Lord Christ to the heathens.
Oh, that's quite a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, we could shorten that up a little bit.
I imagine we'll be using it a bit when we communicate with others or introduce ourselves or do anything identifying wise.
Yeah, my only idea was Pathfinder, and that's all I got.
In that case, I will defer to the group's consensus.
Well, shall we take a vote then? You can just write your vote in the thing. Or if we're doing like secret ballots, you can like whisper them to me if you want.
Sure, Pathfinder works for me.
And Leopold will kind of just look at Vara. You can write it down if you want. As you see, John, is there any way like you could change your in-screen name to your character's name so I could actually have like a reference for it when I'm trying to say it?
Maybe. How do I do that?
Go into
You mean
set,
you mean on my little picture?
yeah. So yeah, the setting wheel and then display name. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that would be helpful because I keep forgetting it. Anyway, you see, yeah, Trivio handed me a slip of paper with something on it, and then so just waiting for Vara's vote. All right, well, it looks like Pathfinder wins. I'm not sure if you guys are just trying to make me happy or what, but all right. So now the Pathfinder. I've acquired some survival gear for us, some vac suits too. Should fit everyone because I acquired them after I knew who I was going to hire. We've got plenty of life support. So all that's left really is for contract things. And I'll hand them a contract. Basically, here's how profits are going to work. So whenever we get paid for a job, we're going to leave some in reserve for supplies, life support, fuel, that kind of thing. But depending on what jobs we have upcoming that we're going to need fuel for, we'll probably keep at least 10,000 in reserve for that. Or at least try to.
So you mean kind of setting up like a money jar of 10,000, and if that gets low, we'll replenish it. But other than that, we split the profits evenly.
Yeah, and then every month, well, I just acquired the ship, and it required a hefty loan, I must say. So some of the profits will also be going out to make the monthly payment, but that should really only come out of like the first job every month, and then after that, it's pure profit for that, and then we'll split it evenly. Yes. So supplies and loan payments, but other than that, we split the profits evenly.
I would also make a point that right now you're getting like bottom of the barrel jobs because you don't really have. I mean, Leopold has some reputation with the academy that he got a job from right now, but the better reputation you get, the more jobs you take from different people, and the better reputation you get with an individual company or faction, the better jobs will be available to you from them. And therefore, the higher paying they will be.
Well, my sister and I aren't exactly looking to create vast amount of wealth, or I mean, not that wealth doesn't appeal, but mostly we're just trying to survive. So as long as you make sure that there's enough money for us to eat, sleep, and maybe have a few fun things on the side, we should be fine. The only other thing I would stipulate is my sister and I, although we don't mind dangerous jobs, we prefer jobs that aren't like ludicrously dangerous. So as long as you keep us reasonably safe and don't say headlong straight right into a star, we should be okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not planning on that either. I'm not keen on downing.
Yeah, I
why
think
I
that
hired
manages
Trivio
to get a giggle out of her in character.
Yeah, that's why I hired Trivia. So I'm not gonna be looking for dangerous jobs, but sometimes pirates show up, mercenaries. It's good to have some muscle on board the team. But I'm not gonna search those kinds of things out for sure. And basically, if you damage the ship or something, I'm gonna ask that you kind of take stuff out of your profits to pay for it. Just don't break anything. Just got it. I'd like to keep it in one piece. Obviously, if it's maintenance and you're trying to fix something and something goes wrong, that's not a big deal. But don't go deliberately shooting up something for fun, basically.